Welcome to the Strategic Oracle, the transmission space where timing meets soul and wealth begins with the rhythm. Let's begin. Happy full moon. This is the biggest supermoon of the year. And what does that mean? It just means that the moon is super close to the earth. And so we can see it. Hopefully it'll be clear where you are and you'll be able to see it in the night sky because she's going to be fat and awesome and big and powerful. And so she is in the sign of Taurus because the sun is in the sign of Scorpio. So she's shining back to the sun and reflecting her own energy and like kind of bouncing it off the sun in his energy. That's a full moon. That's why it's in complete opposition. And this full moon is at 13 degrees. And so that 1 and that 3, you could get mystical and say 13, right? Like awesome, because it's super powerful, high Scorpio. Or you can look at that from a numerological perspective and it's a 4. 1 plus 3 equals 4. 4 is about stability. 4 is that like emperor energy, like I want to achieve, I want to reach out. That's much more of a Taurian energy than a Scorpionic energy. So ironically or not ironically, they're both feminine energies. But Taurus feels a little bit more masculine because it's more linear. And Scorpio feels completely mysterious. So that's where she just feels more feminine. But they are both in a feminine sign. So Scorpio is really interesting because Scorpio has an affinity to both Mars and Pluto. Those are masculine planets. And then Taurus, it has an affinity with Venus, which is a feminine planet. So you get this like masculine, feminine energy that's all over this full moon. And they are the shining stars. They're the luminaries in the sky, right? So we've got that sun, which is super stable, moves almost a degree every single day. And then you've got the moon and she's mysterious and she, kind of goes in and goes out and she's big and she's small and she's, complicated and she moves every day and a half, it seems like, which is true through the signs, but it's like every 3 days through the phases. So she's very swift and she's hard to get a hold of, right? And so we've got that is this core, like central note here, especially because the moon is so close to the earth. And so there's that profoundness in the power of this opposition. And both of these signs are about how you know yourself. Now, if you listen to the November forecast, you'll know that's the oracle card for the month. You can't make this up. You pull a card out of 48 in the deck and it just shows the exact energy that it needs to happen. And I've done over 1,600 forecasts. Isn't that crazy? And it's been 10 years. And every time you do it, it's like, yep, hello, it's just absolutely perfect. So there are no coincidences. And when you have those scorpionic tendencies, that's super deep. Like think like Challenger's deep. Like that's where you go to like the depths of your soul to extract your own knowing. And then when you think of Taurus is very, and here's the deal, it's going to sound like Taurus is simple and Taurus is not simple. But yet Taurus is surface. Taurus is what is obvious. That's a better word for it. Taurus is obvious. And so Scorpio is absolutely the opposite of that. So what is obvious in your life? And it's Venusian. So it's around how you value yourself. It's around your status, around your position. It's what leverage do you have in the world? It's how you create influence. It's how you can guide others if that's how you choose to. So the leadership qualities of Taurus are very much the roll up the sleeves, not to dive in though, but to be equals to others. Think about it. Think about like that leader, like walking in a line, neither be in front of or behind, but right there with you, that guide. Not really that mentor, because that mentor knows more, and Taurus does, but Taurus doesn't get ahead of you. Taurus is like, I'm gonna be lockstep with you. That's what I love about Taurus. Taurus is like, I got your back, and I'm not leaving. Isn't that awesome? And then Scorpio's not like that at all. Scorpio's like, I will kill you dead. And I will flick you bloody if you do anything that I don't agree with, right? like, oh my God, right now. But Scorpio, why is Scorpio like that? Because Scorpio wants you to accept yourself deeply and profoundly. Even with through all the icky, yucky, uncomfortable, like crap, I can't believe that's me sides of you. Yeah. So, but Scorpio helps you. Scorpio gives you that energy to say, yep, you know what? This is crazy pants over here, but I'm fine. Taurus is looking at you like a gasp, like, holy crap, that's really you? This is kind of terrible. Scorpio's like, yeah. Uh-huh. So what? So it's kind of fabulous. I mean, honestly, this full moon is all about you, and it's kind of fabulous because you're kind of fabulous. So that's the center. And then complicating it, Venus is kind of being a jerk right now. Venus is super complicating it. There's one side of this square. She's got like a half square going on. And one side of that does feel really good because it involves Jupiter. So that always feels good. So what's in your heart? How do you come into relationships? What do you want out of relationships? How can you be you wholly in the relationship? If somebody's being, crappy. I don't know why my language is like this today, but if somebody's being super crappy, then Venus is like, you know what? You just need to go. And so you're going to have some really great energy for that of like, you know what? This is just working. This is just not working. Um, it's right on the heels. It's coming to the fore of a Mercury retrograde in a few days. So just be careful and be mindful of the over communication that you want to have if you are changing or altering anything from a relationship perspective. You just want to communicate, then communicate again, and then communicate again so that it is as clear as it possibly can be. Because the other side of this, that half square that we've got going on is Pluto. And so Pluto is challenging Venus to say, does this have your best interest at heart for who you want to become? So in that becoming, in that version 2.0 or 47.0 or what number you're on right now, that reinvention of yourself, does the relationship aspect, does the value set, does the way you invest in yourself, does the way that your finances work, are the decisions that you're making in your best interest? And it's with you and other. This is all about you and other. It's not just about yourself. So we've got the luminaries of the sun and the moon bringing everything up, full moon, everything up to look at, even the hidden depths of you. And then with that, we've got the challenges of, okay, what's happening in your relationships? So it's complicated. This full moon is really complicated. The whole week, this first week of November, is super complicated. I will tell you, November gets like pretty awesome towards the end. But for right now, it's like, and guess what? We're all tired. We're all sick of this. We're like, for crying out loud, can't we string together a number of weeks that we don't have to hear about something that is like, oh, hey, shoe drop. This isn't really a shoe drop, though. It's not. We have full moons every month. Right? There's not an eclipse. It's not something that's super huge, but it feels like a lot just because we've been through a lot. So if you want to just take a pass and say, you know what, I don't have it in me, just ride the wave. Don't do anything. Don't make any big decisions. Just like literally kick the can down the road, honestly, because this too shall pass. I'm not going to say this is one of those times like, oh my God, don't let this time pass you by. This isn't that. Just note it. Just know, because it's going to come again. It's going to come again. If it doesn't come for you before October of next year, it'll be coming back in October. So you have an opportunity to look at it. Just note it. But if you have the energy, then move through it because it's a really great healing time. This month is tremendous for healing. So with that, we're going to drop into ritual. This is so close to the top of the month that go ahead and go into the November forecast if you want to look at the tips by the intuitive signatures because they're all there. So let's drop in. We've got a beautiful owl energy for the month. So we're going to become an owl. It's going to be awesome. So if you're driving, as always, leave your eyes open. If you're not, go ahead and close your eyes and picture a beautiful owl. I personally like snowy owls. So I love the white. I just think they look so magnificent. And when you can picture them with the backdrop of an inky sky, whether that's indigo, just passing twilight, or whether it's that ink black of the sky. And then you can imagine that beautiful full moon, so luminous and so fat in the backdrop. Here in the northern hemisphere, the leaves have fallen, so you've got those like big, huge skeletons of the trees in their starkness and their strength. And then in the southern hemisphere, they're all beautifully flourishing with their new buds. What a tremendous time. So as you have that vision, let's drop a little bit deeper. That vision is Taurus. Now we're going to drop in and we're going to say, ooh, hello, heart. Hello, solar plexus, your power center. Let's illuminate that front and back. Drop into your belly, that beautiful creation that you have inside of you. And just take the breaths and come back to yourself. Let your body soften. Let the weight of your muscles and your skeleton feel the gravitational pull. Not to sink into yourself, but just to like absorb yourself, embody yourself. Let the breath just relax you into being you. And I want you to envision that you are the owl. Can you imagine standing, perching on a tree branch, as high in a tree that you'd want to be? And you've just flown there easily. And you're the master of what you can see. You have that high perch. And you can open your eyes and you can look around. You have the ability to look all the way around. It's pretty magnificent. You blink and you still can see everything. The owl can see everything. So what do you see? Can you see the forest creatures? Hear them scurrying around. You feel the wind gently blowing, rustling the leaves on the forest floor, or whistling through the new buds. You can almost feel the glow of the moon because she's so bright, giving light where normally there's dark. So then in that illumination, what can you see about yourself? What can you accept in this awareness? And what can you say yes to fully allowing? You are you. No matter what's going on, no matter what's happened, no matter what's coming, you are you. From this vantage point, you are a gift to the universe. From any vantage point, you are a gift. And we are human with all our foibles. Life isn't about perfection. It's not about performance. Life is about experimenting and trying and failing and learning and getting up again and knowing what we're made of and having the full fortitude of being alive and saying yes to taking the next breath and saying yes to falling in love again and saying yes to doing just another iteration of a product or an offering or a business. It's looking at your finances and saying, well, that is terrible, but that is magnificent. It is saying yes to every single aspect of you. What a gift you are. And how absolutely magnificent that each breath you take gives life here on earth. Breathe in that. And in this awareness, accept and allow. And whenever you're ready, if you haven't already opened your eyes or if your eyes haven't remained open, give great gratitude to the owl and to the moon and to the sun and to you and to Mother Earth and to all the stars in the sky. You are magnificent. Go ahead, rub your hands, give yourself a hug. Do a little stretch. Have a drink of water. And then enter your day with this energy. And as always, happy, happy, happy full moon. And if you'd like, I'm saying this on every podcast for the next month, go ahead and come to my group clarion call that in December is going to be magnificent, to use that word again. It's on December 4th. It's at 1 p.m. Eastern time. I've extended the time to be 90 minutes because I want to sink in with you and I want to go into your signature and I want to look at the timing and I want to just open you up to 2026 because it's filled with opportunity. There are some moments that are going to give us pause, as always, but there is such expansiveness and such potential. And we want to ensure that we have our footing, that we have a really great place to start, and that we can create a gorgeous baseline in order to be able to launch ourselves into the new year. And that's what this call is all about. There'll be a guide that goes with it. There's going to be some follow-on. I have an offering. I have an offering. I have an offering that is just crazy. And so you just come in knowing that I am going to be making an offer. And there's like some follow-on calls that people can take advantage of. There's an offering I'm going to give. There's some bonuses around it. And so there's going to be some celebration because I do want to celebrate you. I want to celebrate my listeners. I want to celebrate my followers. I want to celebrate you that you've been hanging in there and you've been making strides and you've been saying yes to yourself in glorious ways. You've been doing those rituals. You've been carving out time for you. That is so super important. And so we're going to come together. I'm going to have this glorious connection and we're going to, energetically hold hands as we step into the new year. So that's in the show notes. Go ahead and, there's a coupon code there because the general public, they're going to have to, there's a payment gate for them, but not for you. But I will say you want to carve out time. So I'm giving you notice. So if you have, just a little, cinching around of jockeying of schedule, go ahead and do that. And if for sure you can't make it, if it's, Southern Hemisphere, it's the middle of the night, there will be a replay. But for those of you who can make it, go ahead. We're gonna really have some deliciousness there. So again, happy full moon, happy snowy owl, and happy November. You've been listening to the Strategic Oracle, where success isn't scaled from speed, but from soul. If this stirred something real, follow it. Apply for activation, enter the vault, or pause right here. Integration is leadership too. Because the truth is, you were never meant to chase the timing. You are meant to become it.